Konbanwa and welcome. Tonight, I thought that I'd do a bit of a walkthrough of a demo of another movie talk that's Christmas focused. And I've shared another movie talk called Buster's Christmas last week. So if you haven't seen that one, please check that one out. That goes through more the explanation of how we do and why we do the movie talk. But for tonight's webinar, I thought that I would approach it like I would in a classroom, and we've got at least one other person in here. So I'm going to ask Catherine if she could assume the role of student. So your beginner student, this would be for a beginner student, but as I've said before, you can certainly scale up the language if you need to for your more advanced classes. So just a couple of things before we start the demo. For any oral input that we do, such as a movie talk, I use the question words and the Super 7 verb posters to help scaffold it for the students. So my goal is really to communicate and discuss this movie clip in Japanese. And so I want the flow of the conversation to be natural and unscripted. So this Romaji chart really helps, I've found, support the beginners by easing that cognitive overload, and it allows students to focus on understanding the dialogue rather than decoding the characters. And this way they can participate in real time rather than spending the time trying to work out and decode the script. This version, let me see. I'll keep going actually. So yes, so basically the things to note, I suppose, that with a word wall such as this is pointing and pausing, which is one of the comprehensible input techniques, I suppose. So making sure that you point and pause as you're asking these questions and trying to elicit some response. And like with anything, reuse and recycle the language, keeping it narrow and deep, and using anything such as gestures for support if need be, or even a quick translation of a word that is needed but perhaps is not one of the highly important words. It might just appear once or twice if you think that you need to give a short, quick translation in English of that word. So as you can see here, the focus for language, my focus for this language, for these chunks, and the goal is to use these chunks as much as possible. So the more I can use these words, these vocabs, the more input that I can give the students in context as they're watching this film clip. I've wanted to keep it to just the Super 7, and I use Hoshi in this case, which is one of the feature words, which I feel for beginners is totally fine. But it is worth noting that for more natural Japanese, we might use perhaps for more advanced levels, or if you feel that you need to cover that in your curriculum, you might use this opportunity to introduce iranai or irimasen. So the choice is yours. So our learning intentions, we're learning to understand and discuss a story by listening to and describing actions, events, and emotions in Japanese. And our success criteria, I think it's really important to note that when we are teaching for and assessing comprehension, and if that's our goal, the students' responses can certainly be in English or in Japanese. Either way, it shows that they are comprehending and understanding the questions and the dialogue that is being engaged in. So the success criteria is a couple of examples. I can identify the main idea of the story shown in the movie clip, and I can follow and respond to questions in Japanese about the story. So the questions are in Japanese, but the students may respond in English or in Japanese if they know that word. Okay, so 始めましょう。私の飾りが好き？皆さん、飾りは何ですか？飾りは何ですか？
Rations?
そうですね。はい。飾りは decorations です。英語で decorations。皆さん、これは飾りです。これも飾りです。これは何ですか？皆さん。何ですか？
Star?
スター、そうですね。星です。星です。はい。星は飾りです。クリスマスの飾りです。皆さん、クリスマスの飾りがありますか？
はい。
カトリンさん、クリス
はい。
マスの飾りがありますか？
はい。
どんな飾りがありますか？
Christmas tree?
クリスマスツリーがあります。
はい。
そして、星もありますか？
はい。
ライトもありますか？
いいえ。
いいえ、ライトがありません。
私の、
カトリン
私の、
さんのうちで
ありません。
ありません。はい。はい。じゃあ、皆さん、続きます。皆さん、何がありますか？何がありますか？
木。
はい。木があります。そして、木があります。1本、2本、3本。たくさん木がありますね。そして、何ですか？これは何ですか？
Snow?
スノーです。はい。雪。雪もあります。雪があります。雪があります。だから寒いですね。寒いです。はい。皆さん、木はピンクですか？何色ですか？
緑？
はい、そうですね。
白？
はい。と白ですね。はい。皆さん、何ですか？
Christmas tree?
そうですね。はい。キラキラ木。キラキラ木もありますね。はい。特別です。スペシャル。特別です。特別な木です。皆さん、この木は特別ですか？特別、それとも普通、regular。
普通？
普通ですね。はい。これは普通ですか？
いいえ、特別。
特別ですね。はい、そうですね。クリスマスの木はどこにありますか？
後ろ？
後ろ。
山？
山？はい。
山ですか？
山、多分。続きます。 何ですか？何がありますか？
木があります。
あ、1本それとも2本
2本。
2本。そうですね。木が2本2本あります。この木は特別それとも普通ですか？
特別。
はい。はい。特別な木です。このクリスマスの木は特別じゃないです。普通です。はい。じゃあ皆さん、この木はどうして特別ですか？
飾り
飾りですね。飾りがあります。飾りが
口
あ
があります。
るから、
口があります。
口もあります。だから特別ですね。
特別。
はい。歯もありますね。だからとても特別です。はい。この木は口がありますか？いいえ、口がありません。そして、口がありません。そして、星
星もあり
もあり
ません。
ません。ライトも
ありま
ありま
せん。
せん。クリスマスの飾りがあ
あり
りま
ません。
せん。そうし、
うん
だから
うん。
普通ですね。
そうです。
普通。
はい。
普通の木です。はい。おー、特別な木はどうですか？
嬉しい。
とっても嬉しいです。どうしてどうして嬉しいですか？
友達がいます。
多分 maybe
昨日友達。
多分こ
クリ
の
スマスが好きです。
クリスマスが好きです。多分飾りがありますね。
はい。
はい。飾りが好きだと
あ
思いますか？
はい。
う
好き
ん。うん。
はい。
飾りが好きです。飾りがあります。だから嬉しいです。でも、この木は、普通の木はどうですか？嬉しい？嬉しくない？
嬉しくない。
嬉しくないですね。どうして？
飾り
飾
があ
りですね。
りません。
飾りがありません。特別な木はいます。飾りがありませんか？ダメです。飾りが欲しいですか？普通の木はいます。います。いいえ、欲しくないです。大丈夫です。飾りが好きじゃないです。一つだけと言います。一つだけ一つだけ、クリスマスボール。一つだけが欲しいですかと言います。皆さん、何ですか？
Nativity scene?
Nativity set。Nativity set は何ですか？クリスマスの飾りですか？は
はい。
い。はい。特別な木は 言います。この飾りはどうですか？
うん。
普通の木は嬉しくないです。飾り、好きじゃないです。飾りが好きじゃない。
あら、
そして飾りが欲しくないです。欲しくない、好きじゃないです。特別な
うん
日は言います。この飾りはどうですか？欲しいが欲しいですかと言います。いいえ、欲しくないです。大丈夫です。好きじゃないです。Okay, so we'll watch the movie now.
Do you like my decorations?
No.
Where's your decorations?
Oh, what?
Where's your Christmas decorations?
I don't have any.
Oh no!
It's not really a big deal.
It's terrible.
No, it's fine, really.
You can borrow my decorations.
Thanks, but no.
No, really, I want you to try them on.
Just leave me alone, okay?
No, they would look amazing on you.
I don't want your decorations.
Just one tiny decoration.
No.
Just a
Oh my God. No. No. Are you even listening to me? No. No. No.
And then
No. Just stop it, all right? No. No.
a couple of plastic.
No. 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 No.
You look amazing.
Well, I guess I look okay.
You're the most beautiful tree I ever saw.
What?
All the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Do you like my decorations?
Okay, so where to go from here? Follow-up ideas. So you could do nothing, just enjoy the movie together. I've certainly done that plenty of times, and it's still providing input. So it's a great activity for that. But if you wanted to perhaps, use it, further use it, there's some ideas here that I've got. Obviously a reading, so a follow-up reading that can be shared as a class. So you could read it to the students. Depending on where your students are at, you could do cold character reading. I have done a webinar about this, so I won't go into too much detail with that, but that is reading it with the students, starting, giving them the instruction that they are, they're doing one of two things. They're watching you as you read it out and point and read it slowly. When they are comfortable with, comfortable to join in, they can. So either way that they're getting the input, they're hearing it again, they know the story, so they can actually predict, I suppose, some of the words as they go through. You can see that a little bit more clearly here with this one. So here, the Christmas balls would indicate where the word is missing, and hopefully the students then can with a little bit of scaffolding around here, they can then predict or, anticipate what that's going to be. Demo, ippon dake tokubetsu na n ga arimasu. Tokubetsu na ki wa n ga daisuki desu. Nani ga daisuki desu ka? Kuruma ga daisuki desu ka? Nani ga daisuki desu ka? Kazari ga daisuki desu ne. So you can use this to, I suppose, read and discuss as you go. Another idea is to caption the clip. So this was one of the last screenshots, last scenes in the little clip. So you could, let's just have a quick brainstorm. What could some of them be? It could be a speech bubble. It could be narrated as a caption. Idea ga arimasu ka?
新しい友達
Mm. 特別な木は何と言いますか？
飾りが欲しいですか？
飾りが欲しいですか？飾りはどこですか？こんにちは。飾りが好きですか？
私は可愛い。
私は可愛いですか？I'm sure
I
you
think
can
my students will probably say 私は star as soon as I say 私は. That's all I get these days. 私は star. But it would kind of work here.
I like that. 欲しいが欲しいですか? Yes, play on words. And also you can do some follow-up comprehension questions. This is also a good little exit ticket, I suppose. You could have a couple of these even in Romaji. I've done these obviously in script, but you may or may not know that I'm a fan of Romaji in some context, and that is to help with the oral input, but also for beginners using Romaji for some proper nouns that are maybe not the essential words that I want the students to really feel comfortable and strong with the ones from the beginning, the Super 7 that we're focusing on, and obviously Kazari, because I hope that you could get a feel for how many hits, how many times we were able to use that word. Also skides, arimas, des, janai des. So you may like to do even just a listening quiz before they leave. So just a true false. So 5 or 6 true false questions. And also that was my interpretation of this clip, but there are so many different focus, I suppose, that you could have depending on what you want to expose your students to more input for. Like I thought of also yasashi and yasashikunai. So whether the tokubetsu na hito was actually yasashi or whether it chotto kawaii. So there's lots of different ways that this is certainly just one example of some of the ways that you can use this clip. And I'm just wondering whether there were any questions from our very Tokubetsu class. Hitori dake. Anything to add, Catherine?
Yeah, I was wondering, I haven't done that particular clip myself, but I think a lot of the clips that I've used so far for Movie Talk have not had dialogue.
Mm,
And that one does, you know, it's just the visual, and that one does have the dialogue. But I wondered if it might, I'd have to try it myself, but I wonder if it might even be an option to,
muted.
the first time the class is watching it, to mute it,
Mm,
and for the teacher to talk it through
Yeah.
in Japanese. And if that's going a little bit fast, maybe you could, you know, just adjust the settings and even play it a little bit slow. If the dialogue is muted, it wouldn't matter if it
No.
was at 0.75 speed or something.
Yeah.
Just to give the or you could, obviously the teacher could also pause it if they need to catch up a bit. But yeah, that first viewing, it might even be worth doing it all Japanese first, and then after that you could let them,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
the sound, the voices are certainly very funny as well. So
Yes.
obviously they would certainly love hearing it in the English as well. But yeah,
Yeah. I love that
might just be
idea
one
because
way.
it just gives another exposure to the storyline, and also you know, slightly different, more narrated, I suppose. But yeah, more input. So anything with more input is a good thing, isn't it? So yeah, I'll definitely try that next time. So yeah, muting it, and it's so easy with adjusting, as you said, the speed. So I think that would be great, because a little bit of the dialogue is a little bit quick with the but you know, I think it's either way. It'd be good you try it in your, well, you can't now because you're on holidays.
Oops, what a shame.
Oh. But yeah, it's a fun story, and yeah, if people that are watching this do get a chance to trial that, it would be great to hear how it goes in their classes, and which year level and proficiency level you've used this with. So yeah, so that's it. If you'd like to see more webinars like this, you can consider joining Japanesey Reads community. If you haven't, we share lots of free resources and strategies focusing on comprehensible input. You can contact me at this email if you would like. And yes, ganbarimashou. Thank you, Catherine. Thanks, everybody. Okay.
ありがとうございました。
はい。